Get as much education as you can, but even more important than that, get as much experience as you can.
The quarterback position is so deep. I don't know who's going to win the job, but
And if you win your conference now, you're basically automatically in the 12-team playoff, but you can't.
what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Went live a little earlier than scheduled, but I'm sure it's all right. If we get people on, we get people on. We got a couple watching already. Love and appreciate you guys there. We got Robert showing up in the comments. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. If you guys want to join the show, the StreamYard link is in the chat. So there's that. We got a couple things to talk about. More Brendan Sorsby stuff. And you know, I do want to talk a little bit. This is kind of it's kind of from it was 5 hours ago from Bill Connolly of ESPN, um, talking about the SEC preview for 2026. Basically, can they win a national title? Does it start with Georgia? Things like that. Um, which I would say it does start with Georgia at the top. Uh, I want some feedback on this. If you watch it back, thank you. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But we'll talk about, can the SEC stop a four-peat and Big Ten national titles? I think that would be something great to talk about um, today. So, yeah, poor dog. You okay? Getting some sleep? Anyway, so yeah. Uh, we'll talk about that. The SEC, can they stop a four-peat of Big Ten teams winning the national title? I think that's the most likely answer to the problem in college football. Which, by the way, like I'm not saying it's a problem that the Big Ten has taken over college football. Although I grew up with SEC dominance, and I'm not used to anything outside of that, even as an Alabama fan. But yeah, I do want to hear from you guys on that. Unless you think a team like Miami or somebody in the ACC, maybe Clemson or whoever, which I think Clemson will be better. I'm done picking them to get back to what they used to be, but I will say I do predict improvement for Clemson this year. I don't know if they're necessarily the ACC team that could prevent a Big Ten natty, but it's something to talk about. It's something to look at. What's up, Lawn Tractor Life? Yeah, happy Wednesday, Robert. Millis, if you want to join in, buddy, anyone's welcome to join, by the way. I know we usually get Millis on here. Before we get into it, though, we'll look at this. We'll look at the 2026 SEC preview for ESPN, and then we'll also look at Dan Wetzel talking Brendan Sorsby, which I'm getting tired of talking about it, but it's getting pretty interesting. Basically, Ballard has a beard. Not a beard, but I do got to get it trimmed. Yeah. Anyway, uh, so this article this week, this was put out yesterday, like last night, uh, late afternoon, whatever. NFL's denial of Brendan Sorsby sends the right message. They're not holding a supplemental draft. Basically, that that gives um well, I don't know if it gives, but like basically without the supplemental draft for the NFL that they were fixing to have here in July, Brendan Sorsby to try to skip over the punishment for the NCAA he can't do that now. He's basically backed in the corner where he's pretty much screwed. If they choose to punish him, however, they choose to punish him, however. They've already suspended him a few games, but you know, it's basically they told him he can't enter until 2027, right? And by the way, let me put this on the record. I have seen Brendan Sorsby play. I remember him at Cincinnati. Obviously, he comes over to Texas Tech. He's a pretty good quarterback. Is he the best? No. Is he the worst? No. He's like your average QB that you want for a, middle tier team. But with all the gambling stuff, he's seek treatment for addiction and all that, which is great. I get it. You still broke the rules, dude. Um, so, but the NFL has kind of basically denied a supplemental draft for him or anybody else, really, but mostly because of him. So he's got to basically, he's at the point where he's going to have to play college football this year and serve his suspension of what they give him 4 to 6 games, something like that. It's not a big punishment, but it's like, you know, I don't think it's a slap on the wrist either. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I won't go all in on Sorsby today. I do want to talk about the SEC. Can they stop a four-peat of Big Ten national titles? I think that's a pretty interesting question. Um, I think we can all agree it starts with Georgia at the top, then everyone else is probably fighting for second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever. Maybe that's the case. I would make a case for Texas to be up there this year. Maybe Ole Miss, somebody like that. Um, you got like quarterbacks come back like Arch Manning, Trinidad Chambliss for Ole Miss, right? So let's see the ESPN preview for college football. We'll full screen it. I mean, I think the SEC is the best chance at preventing a four-peat for the Big Ten. Um, when you look at it, I mean, 13 of 17 national titles from like '05 to 22 or '06 to 22, whatever it is. It's got a quick recap here. Teams are going to step back. I think there's more teams that'll step up in the SEC than there are that'll take a big step back. Um, Auburn went 5-7 last year. I expect improvement. Kentucky 5-7. Don't expect too much from them. Florida 4-8. Might see a little bit of improvement. Maybe they go 6-6 and make a bowl. Lane Kiffin goes to LSU, who went 7-6 last year. Can they get past 7 wins total, including a bowl or something? Can they hit 8 wins minimum on the season? That's possible. Oklahoma made the playoffs 10-3. Vandy 10-3. Texas 10-3. Bama and Georgia made the playoffs. Ole Miss made the playoffs. I don't think you're going to have an undefeated team. I think it's got to start with Georgia, though. I just think they're the best SEC team this year going into the season. I think people are sleeping on teams like A&M a little bit. Maybe you're sleeping on Oklahoma. I don't know if they're sleeping on Texas, but I feel like they could be one of the top teams, and that's something that not everyone has necessarily agreed on. So, I mean, there's a really good chance at a SEC national title this year. However, you go over to the Big Ten real quick, and I'll pull up the standings or whatever. Let's say it's not Indiana because they're losing their quarterback and everything like that. I mean, they bring some pieces back; they'll still be good and competitive. But they're not going 16-0 and going back to back. But Ohio State, who won it 2 years ago, they have a really good chance. Julian Sam back at quarterback and everything like that. Still got Jeremiah Smith. Um, Oregon with Dante Moore. USC, I don't know if I expect them to improve or get worse. Michigan has a new coach. They got Bryce Underwood at quarterback. They did lose their last 2 games. They had a pretty good, solid run in the middle of the season. Iowa, Illinois, these are going to be pretty decent teams here. Let me ask you this. I probably know the answer, right? We know the top 3 up here, right? Say whatever you want about Indiana. I think it starts with Ohio State and Oregon, right? But which of these teams, let me know in the comments. If I'm clipping this part, I'll probably clip it and upload it. You can let me know in the comments section. But which of these teams specifically, let me zoom in a little bit. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams 9-4 total last year. You had USC, and that counts their bowl game. And I'm not going through who won or who lost or whatever, right? Some of these teams finished 9-3 in the regular season. Some were 8-4. Some won or lost a bowl game. Illinois, Washington, Iowa, Michigan, and Southern Cal. That's 5 teams that went 1 game shy of 10 wins on the year last year. That's overall. That's not talking just the regular season. That's counting your bowl and postseason outcome, right? Of those teams I just named, who's going to be the 4th best team or the next best team, I should say, because we don't 100% know what Indiana's going to do, but we can expect Ohio State and Oregon to probably be at the top, right? But which of those barely missing out on 10 wins last year has the best chance to hit it this year and possibly make their claim for the CFP and a Big Ten title? Definitely want to hear from you guys on that. And then again, we're back to the SEC a little bit. Like, what team could actually stop it, right? Could any of those teams win a Natty? Sure, some of them, yeah. But I don't think there's really a threat from the ACC. Maybe you look at Miami. Maybe Clemson shocks us and gets improved enough. I don't know, but you know, Georgia, A&M, Bama, Ole Miss, Texas. Maybe you throw in Oklahoma. Uh, maybe. But the SEC, in conclusion of this part of the show, the SEC has a really good chance to stop a 4-time Big Ten national champion. And when I say that, it'd be 4 years in a row if they win it this year. Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana, the last 3. SEC has a good chance. Question is, who's got the best chance to do it? I think it's Georgia. Could be wrong. Maybe Texas. A lot of people are high on Texas. I'm one of them. Maybe they surprise us. Maybe they win the league. Who knows? But definitely on all of this, give me your thoughts down below in the comments section. The SEC has a chance to stop a 4-peat national champion from the Big Ten. Someone's got to step up and do it. Who's got the best chance? Let me know. And then let me know your thoughts on the Big Ten as far as, the teams I mentioned and the middle of the pack and all that stuff. There's that. We might do some previews here. Who was the last team I previewed? I think it was Monday's show. And I did Kentucky and Virginia Tech. What else do I need to do based on the So I did Kentucky and Virginia Tech. They're uploaded. Let's see. Y'all let me know. Help me out here. Whether you know who I've done or not. Who do you want me to preview today as far as predictions and stuff? I could do it here on the show. I don't care. But I'm just trying to think of who all I've done because I've done quite a few actually. I could do one from each conference. Let's see. Who could I? FBS schedules. I've not done North Carolina. What's it, year 2 for Bill Belichick? I could do North Carolina real quick. Let me just make some banners. I'm gonna make 4 banners. Um, alright. We'll do North Carolina. We need an SEC team that we have not looked at. I did South Carolina. Have I done Texas? I don't think I've done Texas. Holy crap. I talk all this stuff about Texas. I haven't even previewed. Yeah, we're doing Texas too. We got to get that done. Texas. Football. Season. Yeah. And then I need a. Crap. Okay. So we'll do UNC. We'll do Texas. That's ACC and SEC. We need a Big 12 team. We're not done in the Big 12. We've actually, there's a lot of teams we haven't done in the Big 12. And again, I gotta make thumbnails for these, but I could do that later on when I'm ready to clip. Big 12. How about we did Colorado? Who have we done? We've done Colorado in the Big 12. And damn, that's it. No, I did Utah at one point. I thought I did Utah. I think I just need to go back and clip that. So I've done Utah. I might have looked at TCU already too. There's a lot I gotta catch up on clipping. We can do Kansas. I'll open that in a new tab. And then what was the SEC? We're gonna do Texas. Let's do Texas, Kansas. And then UNC. We need a Big Ten team. Yeah. So UNC, Texas, and Kansas, and we need a Big Ten team to do. Hmm. Big Ten teams. I was looking at USC yesterday on Lou's show. I was gonna try to clip that and maybe count it as my prediction with him. I'll do that later, but we do need to do one on this show today. Um, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan State. Have I not done Michigan State? I don't think I have. I have not done Michigan State. Let's do Michigan State. They'll be interesting. Michigan State Spartans football logo. I need the logo. So we're doing. I think the only good team we're looking at here is Texas. Kansas has been improved though, the last few seasons. Yeah, I'll make thumbnails later, but yeah, let me do one more banner for Michigan State, and then we'll get it going. We'll start our previews for today. We'll do four, one from each conference. Michigan State. Okay. And then I got my prediction banner. I'll just kind of put it up when I'm looking at the schedule and I'm ready. Hmm. I guess we'll start. Oh God. Oh God. All right, let me change the colors. I don't know if y'all are ready for this one here. All right, so we're gonna do a team from each of the Power Four conferences today on the show. We'll clip them each. Let's let's start with the ACC here. Get it over with and rip the Band-Aid off. I don't even need to talk about what they did last year, do I? In year one of Bill Belichick, North Carolina, they just we knew it was going to be a train wreck from the get-go, right? I mean, is that fair? I mean, 4-8, that's like the worst season they've had in forever. Mac Brown did great. They let him go. They brought in Bill Belichick, a six-time, which I'm not taking anything away from Belichick. He's a hell of a coach in the NFL. He has no business coaching college. That's fair. So y'all let me know. Let's just go ahead and pull up the 2026 schedule. And while I'm at it, I mean, we're talking about last year too. 4-8, and their wins were Charlotte, Richmond. They did beat Syracuse and Stanford, but that was it. They had a couple close games like Duke, overtime with Virginia, Cal. So I don't think they were a bad team in terms of, well, they only won 4 games. They are definitely in like a rebuild position with Bill Belichick. The whole girlfriend thing, I don't want to get into all that, but it's just really not a good look. They went 2-6 in ACC play. It's really not a good look for Bill Belichick in North Carolina. So let's just go ahead and look at their schedule. I mean, I could see them squeaking by with 5 or 6 wins. They'll be slightly improved. I just don't expect them to do too much. Once again, they play TCU, right? This is a not necessarily a home and home, but it's a 2 game series, at least that I know of. They lost big time in the opener on Labor Day last year in Chapel Hill, 48-14. Um, they then get an off week. This is on the following Saturday on I guess the actual week 1 is August 29th. Is that going to be that's got to be week 0, right? I think it is. But you're off on September 5th. You play ETSU. These are games like that you got to win just outright. You go to Clemson, who I think will struggle a little bit this year. You get a bye week. Then you host Notre Dame, go to Pitt, go to Duke, play Syracuse at home, play Miami at home, go to UConn, play Louisville for homecoming, go to Virginia, and then play NC State. I feel like it's going to get more comfortable outside of maybe games like Miami or Louisville as the season goes on. Um, I see you back there, Brock. I'll add you on, man. We'll talk up some Bama stuff, but if you want to come on here, man, how do you feel about Bill Belichick in North
I
Carolina
was gonna
next year?
say, I'll help you out. We can talk about different teams and what you think their record will be. If that's what you're doing.
Yeah, so we're starting out with UNC here. They just look like they had
Mhm.
their worst season in forever last year at 4-8. I'm
See,
just,
I don't know what they're gonna be because they got so many transfers. I believe in this year's.
yeah,
Um, actually, give me a second. I want to look up and see how many transfers they're bringing in because I know it's a lot.
for sure.
I just want to see right quick. All right, let's in North
Don't they
Carolina.
do they have a quarterback coming in?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. That's what I'm trying to see with what they all got. North Carolina
Mm-hmm.
football. No, just put transfer portal. All right, let's see here. All right, the Hills.
They got some guys from the SEC a little. Miles O'Neal from A&M, the kicker from LSU. They got Jalen Harvey from Penn State.
All right, so they got
They got an LSU running back. I mean,
Aaron Burrow.
hmm
Wait, no, that's a kicker, ain't it? No, that's a kicker. Okay,
I
who's the
think
running
so.
back?
Well, what they
Okay,
have coming in is Caleb Jackson.
Jackson. I think he's
They
pretty good.
also, keep in mind, I have it sorted. I can see who's going in and out at each position. So they bring in a guy from LSU at running back. They also lose two guys, one undecided, one has signed with NC State. So, I mean, and Max Johnson started out at Texas A&M or LSU,
Dude,
whatever, and then he found his
20.
way.
They're bringing in 20 transfers. I just counted
Yeah,
20 guys that they just. So
that's true.
are
That's
these
not bad
guys that are
either,
going
though.
to make impact? Are these guys going to get on the field right away? You think, or I mean,
I think they might
maybe
have
the
to
running
because
back?
I also want to.
Yeah,
I want to point something out too. Um, an offense could be as good as you want it to be, but if you don't have a leader at quarterback, let's talk about their quarterback here real quick.
Billy
Bryce
Edwards.
Baker leaves for Virginia Tech. Billy Edwards from Wisconsin comes in. Miles O'Neal comes in from A&M. And then they lost. They lost one, two. They lost three, brought in three, but one of them's from it's Taron Dickens from Western Carolina. So we'll see what he looks like. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Billy
and
Edwards
Max
Jr.
Johnson
is
left
not
too.
good. Billy Edwards
Yeah,
Jr. He is not a good quarterback.
I
He's
haven't
not.
heard good things about. Wasn't he at Maryland?
I
I
don't know
think
for
he
sure.
was, but he looked
Yes,
so bad because he came in after Talia left.
but I'm I don't I don't think Derek McDonald. I don't think their quarterback situation is going to take them far. Um,
No, they
now
got good pieces
Derek
around
Baker,
it. I think.
Derek Baker's a freshman this year, right?
I think so. The recruit.
Yeah. See, so he's probably not going to start. It'll probably be Billy Edwards Jr.
It
Um,
might be.
who did they add two quarterbacks? Let's see.
They
Uh,
added
yeah,
two and
Miles O'Neal.
lost. Yeah, I think they added two but lost
I
two
might I
or
might
lost three.
take I might take Miles O'Neal to be the quarterback before Billy Edwards Jr. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion. We played against Billy Edwards Jr. and he's not good.
yeah,
He got smacked around by us. But
yeah.
let's see. I mean, I would say who they start out with. Let's see the schedule here. I
Let's
can't.
go game by game and look at their schedule. I haven't even made a record prediction yet, but
All
they
right,
open. So I'll call them out to you.
all right.
I'm gonna let's call them out, and then I want you to pick win or loss, and then I'm gonna either agree or disagree, and then I'll put up my record. But TCU and Ireland to open the season.
TCU. I see. I don't even know what TCU is this year. I don't know.
I literally
I
looked at them
lost
last
the
week, and
quarterback
I
to
just
Indiana. So
yeah
I it's Ware versus TCU Horned Frogs in Dublin, Ireland. I
yeah
mean, that's a toss up for me, man. Because TCU and Sonny Dykes, the head coach there, I mean,
yeah.
he's not a bad coach, man. And but I would probably get North Carolina the dub there. I think.
I'll agree. I'll take that. I think we can agree they'll beat ETSU off a bye week too. But then it gets interesting. Um, so let's say we both agree 2-0 start
Yeah.
going into Clemson. They go to Clemson. Now, I have said over and over and over, Clemson can take steps forward. They got it figured out. They could be back in the playoffs, blah, blah. I'm not saying that this offseason. There's no reason Clemson should lose at home to UNC. However, they might be struggling a little bit too. So I'm kind of almost at a coin flip here,
I'm
but I'm
gonna
gonna let you make the call.
I'm gonna take Clemson.
Clemson, okay.
I
So
think
what's that?
I think
Undefeated so far?
it's gonna be slightly better, or
Yeah.
not. I'll say actually a pretty good bit better than. I don't think UNC is gonna be no doggone Clemson, and it's at Clemson, so I'm gonna take the home team. Yeah, definitely.
So wait. So remind me again. Did you pick TCU there at the top, or
No,
did you
I
pick
picked
UNC?
North Carolina to pull that one
Okay,
off.
so we got them 2-0, losing to Clemson, so they'll be 2-1 before their second bye week. Then they come back home to Chapel Hill. They play Notre Dame. I'm gonna say that's a big loss.
Ooh, that's a loss, man.
That's a big loss.
Yeah, Notre
So
Dame is
that's
pretty
two
bad.
losses.
Yeah. That's a loss. At
I'm gonna
Pitt,
hold up.
hmm,
So two losses, and then Pitt. I don't know what Pitt'll do. I mean, they'll be
uh,
decent.
Pitt's bringing back their quarterback.
Yeah,
He was a freshman last year, and he looked really good, man. That Pitt
yeah.
quarterback.
Hmm.
Um, at Pitt, man, Pitt's a tough place to play. Um,
They're a tough team too. They've never, even
yeah,
if they have a rough
they
season, they play
they
pretty
had
physical.
last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're bringing back. I don't know if they retained a lot of guys, so
yeah.
it's
I'm
hard
not
to
sure.
base. Look at. It's hard to guess who I think is going to win these games, really. But I'm just going off what I see. So I think Pitt wins that game, man. I do.
When in doubt, I take the home team because I do think home field matters.
Home field is
Um,
tough in college, man. It really is.
yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna take Pitt. So what is that? That's three losses so far we picked.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold up three. Okay, at Duke, could they bounce back? Duke was a tough team last year, and I hear that they bring back a lot of good production. I don't know if it's all of it, but uh, I don't. I just don't know if they could
At Duke,
at Duke. Big rivalry game in North Carolina there.
yeah. Duke, I think did Duke win that game last year? I watched some of
I
it, but
don't know. I know they made the ACC title, I
yeah, they
think, but
did. They did win that.
they
Yeah,
did they
they
did beat
crap out
UNC.
of North Carolina, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I think it, or was it a close game? It was one of the two. I think it was a beatdown though. I think it was pretty
I'm going
bad.
Duke.
I can't
I'm
remember.
going Duke and giving them a fourth loss.
All right, so I'm gonna take Duke. Um,
Yeah.
I know that
I think
what's the quarterback that went to Miami that was their quarterback last year? I know he's not there, but
it's
better, man, in my opinion.
crap. His Darian Mensah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
he's yeah.
Actually, give me
Syracuse. Oh, go
uh
ahead.
Syracuse. I like what
I think
Syracuse.
they could beat Syracuse.
Syracuse, man. I
You
like
taking
that.
Syracuse?
The former Georgia assistant coordinator, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
head coach. He's good, man. I forgot his name, but he's a good coach.
Is it Fran Brown?
Fran Brown. Yep, Fran.
Yeah, yeah.
Really good. Um,
I got them four losses just to make a decision on Syracuse, though. Mm, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let me see. I'm
They
checking.
might overlook. Here's the thing: they might overlook that because the next week Miami comes to town. I'm gonna give them a loss there. That's five losses so far.
All right, so it was Duke won 32-25. So it was actually
Okay,
one
it was a
possession.
good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So it could go either way, but I think Duke is gonna win.
Okay.
So,
Um,
but I got Syracuse winning that also.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree. Can we both agree Miami gets them too?
Oh, absolutely. Miami's on
Yeah,
the different.
Miami gonna be a beast, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna be good. Miami's tough.
So is that 6 losses so far? I mean, are they fixing to miss a bowl?
Yeah, I'm looking at it like 6-6.
Holy crap!
Like,
I mean, let's say we agree on the losses. They got 6 going into the Yukon game. Let's say they win there. I'm gonna say they. I think
dude,
Louisville would be a
Louisville,
good team. I think they'd be favored.
Louisville, like Louisville is no joke, bro. They bring back Isaiah,
Yeah.
the running back, that elite running back. They got him back this year. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who their quarterback is though. Don't quote me on that one, but
Oh crap! I don't know, dude. I don't know.
man, oh man, look, I mean, Louisville,
That's
bro.
homecoming for Chapel Hill, though. I mean, that could play upset and spoiler. Like, it wouldn't shock me if North Carolina found a game like that to pull an upset. I think they'll lose at Virginia. I think they beat NC State. I'll give Louisville the win. So, what would I have them at? Let's go back up here. So, losses, like, forget what I'm picking, man. Give me what's your overall record? I'll put it on the screen. We'll put it in for you.
I got either 6-6 or 7-5.
Okay.
7-5 at best, man. I think it's going to take more than. How long is Belichick been there?
Yeah, well, he's entering year 2, but they
All right,
signed him to like a 6 or
so
7 year deal, I thought.
yeah, so 6-6, 7-5. Really, he
That's
needs to
fair.
really go like 8-4, but
Yeah. He
I don't know.
does,
Maybe they
but
keep
well,
the
I'll say
same. I
this,
don't.
if he goes 7-5, makes a bowl and wins it to go 8-5, that's still a pretty good run in year 2, I think.
What is the chat saying? Or they say
No
anything about?
one's commented on it. We got some people watching though, but no one's actually giving their 2
Like,
cents. I'm going to clip it
y'all
and upload it
comment.
for
Let us know what y'all think about North Carolina.
yeah.
I don't. It's hard to like really predict, a team that I don't really know much about, but and
Mhm.
that's why I had to look at see who they got, that's transferred in. But it's no guarantee how many of those gonna start, and I don't know how much play time. I don't know none of this stuff. So
Right.
it's really just a gut feeling, I guess. Kind of thing. But I think 6-6, 7-5, man. I mean, they play Notre Dame
Mhm.
at home, right? But still, bro, Notre Dame is gonna abuse them, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah.
at Pitt, I think Pitt's really tough place to play. I don't think they have the quarterback. Like Billy Edwards Jr. is not the guy. And then the other quarterback, I don't know really. I don't even think he played at A&M. So I never heard of him. So
Mm.
yeah, I don't think too much of North Carolina right now, man. So it's
Yeah.
North Carolina football is not, yeah. But that's my
All
prediction.
right.
That's my little prediction. Gut feeling there.
Let's keep going. I got to get a few of these out today or this week.
All right, that's fine.
I say I'm trying to do one from each conference here. I'm gonna go. Let's do some burnt orange a little bit. What if we go to the SEC and pick on Texas a little bit?
Oh,
They could be interesting here.
see, I do think Texas is going to be one of the top teams this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a hard time feeling that they're not, unless the wheels fall off, and I don't know if that happens, man, because they got so much talent.
Sark is awesome, dude. He's a really good
Mark is
head coach.
good, and I think he's getting better and better, man.
I think so.
He's already made he's played against the board, he's lost against them, but he still got to the postseason,
Mm-hmm.
and he made some noise. So, and I think that was in year 2 or year 3 there. So it's his 4th season, right? 4.
I think it is because he can't. Well, 21, 2, 3, 4, 6 because he left right after our last championship.
Well, these guys right here spend money like crazy, so they have all the talent in the
Yeah.
world. They have unlimited cash. So Texas is everything's bigger in Texas, like they say. So that's but I think Texas is 10-2, 11-1 team. We
Yeah.
can go through
I'm
that
gonna
schedule,
call it out though.
but I have them
Yeah,
10.
let's call it out. I would agree with you though. I think the sky's the limit for what they could do to make the playoffs.
I think that's
Um,
a problem, man.
this is gonna be fun though, because look, Texas State, let's call it a dub. UTSA at week 3, but right in between, dude, night game at home against the Buckeyes. Remember that? It was a
Ooh,
close game last year at the Shoe. I feel like they could get revenge here. I feel like they can make a statement early. What do you think?
I got Texas winning over Ohio State.
Yeah, both will be really good though.
I do think Ohio State is going to be really good again, like always. But
Hmm.
I think Texas is going to have it this year, man. Texas is going to get it.
Yeah. Okay. So then they have UTSA. We'll chalk that up to 3-0.
Yeah.
They go on the road to Neyland to play the
They're
Volunteers.
going to beat the shit out of Tennessee. I'll mark it
Oh,
down.
jeez. Woo! I think so too. I don't know if I'd say they'd like
Dude,
beat them. They might could win by 17 or so, but probably
see,
not more than that. I do
their
think
quarterback
Tennessee can
back.
play competitive.
Listen, though, Ballard, Tennessee don't have their quarterback back. They got a new defensive coordinator. There's going to be a
That's
lot
right.
of you remember how when Kane Womack came in, they have to learn that system. That is a whole new
Yeah.
system they got to learn. Those boys over
Yeah.
there at Tennessee. So I'm not expecting Tennessee to beat Texas. I don't give a doggone.
Okay.
I know they beat Alabama, but that's a rivalry. They beat us, a couple times up there. I think 2 times in the last 3 years in Neyland. But Texas is a little. They're better than us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say
They get
they are
the
better than Alabama right now. So
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, they get the bye week after the Tennessee game. So far, I think we got them unbeaten, right?
Who?
I believe so. Did we? You didn't pick Ohio State, did you? Because I think they'll
Oh
go
no,
3-0.
I got Texas winning that too.
Okay. So let's say we both agree here at 4-0 before the bye week. They come out of that, go to the Cotton Bowl for the Red River rivalry. Oklahoma could be
I
fun to
think
watch this year. I don't know how that game's going to go.
I think
My
I
gut
my
right
good
now before
feeling
you
says
answer.
OU. I like OU to win that game. OU has
Yeah, I feel the same.
it's something about OU and that when they play Texas, man, they get up for that game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Boomer Sooners. Yep. Hey, and
You think
that's probably the
I'm gonna
only.
agree with you again. I feel like their defense I feel like both teams will put a good offense and a good defense on the field. I trust Brent Venables' defensive scheme and playbook to find a way to win the game though.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That'll be good. Okay, so let's agree on a loss there. That's their only loss so far. They come back home, not
They're
too far from Dallas. They
Gators.
go back to Austin. They play Florida.
They're
Now,
gonna start.
Florida could be interesting with John Sumrall, but he's not going to pull off these big time upsets every single week. I got Texas.
I got Texas, man. I think it's gonna be a good game. I expect Florida to be an improved football team this year. Even under
For
in
sure.
year one, I like the mindset of that new coach that they got, Summerall.
Hmm.
So I do think Florida is going to be on the rise sooner or later. So yeah,
Okay. So only one loss to Oklahoma so far. They get back. They get Florida. Ole Miss, a playoff team last year. This
I
could be
I'm
either
not a
a
believer.
late afternoon or early night game, but it is in Austin.
I'm not a believer in Pete Golden, man. I got to go with Texas. I got to go with.
Hey, that's fair though. That is so fair. Listen to all you Ole Miss fans out there saying, "But he got us in the play." No, that was Lane Kiffin. All
Yeah,
he had to do was coach y'all up for 2 or 3 games, and then
yeah.
Miami beat the shit out of you. Call it what it is. Anyway, I got Texas there. I got them over Mississippi State too.
Yep.
Back-to-back road games here coming up though. They might take an L.
Uh,
I'm gonna I'm
Hurry,
gonna
hold
let you
on.
talk on
That's
some of these.
back to back
What's up?
road games. That's tricky.
Yes. I just
Ooh.
don't I feel like they get a close one against Missouri. I'm gonna say Lane Kiffin takes care of business in Baton Rouge.
I feel
Because
like
also, are we? Is it
I
this
feel
year we're
like
not
that
playing
Missouri game's gonna
LSU
be an
then?
early, like 11 o'clock kickoff, and they're gonna try to upset Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put it past it. And then at LSU, I think that's a night game. I mean,
Yeah.
Texas LSU a night game. That's pretty dope, you know. So I do
Yeah.
think it'll be a night game. I'm not trying to move too fast, but I
No, you're
man,
good.
I want to say Missouri knocks them off, but gosh, man, Texas is tough,
That
man.
I think that comes down to the wire, but Texas gets it done. They get a little bit big for their head a little bit. They play a good game, but LSU gets it done with Lane Kiffin. So I would say they beat
So,
Missouri,
so
go on
Lane,
the road the next week, and take it
so
out.
Lane pops them. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm
I,
saying. So how many?
I do think
Let's go
LSU
back. I got LSU, and then
a
I
bit
don't
more.
think I've picked another loss. I think that's the only loss so far for me.
Yep.
Or did I pick another
Had them lose. I only had them losing to Oklahoma, so this would be the second loss,
for you?
and I think the rest of the way that they're going, you know, undefeated. So
So you got them.
10-2. Yeah.
You got them 10-2. I got them with one loss to LSU.
Yep.
That A&M game though, that's at Caulfield at night on Black Friday. Ooh, how do I really feel about that game? Oh, jeez, this hurts my head here. I'll go Texas. I'll give them 11-1. They're gonna be great, man. I believe in them.
Right.
So
I got
I
I,
think we both agree
I
11 and
got
1,
10
right?
and 2, 11-1. I already said it. I mean, they might smack the living
Yeah,
mess out of LSU at LSU. Who knows? I mean, Texas
yeah.
just might be that team, man. They just
hmm
might be like one of the best. I think they're going to be one of the best teams in the SEC this year. So
I think so too. Hey, I gotta take a phone call real quick. Can you rant about Alabama or something on here, and
yeah,
I'll be right
yeah,
back.
I got a lot of things to say about Alabama right now. I'm not too happy, but yeah. So Bama fans in the chat, college football fans in the chat. Um, Speaking of Alabama, you know, I know we're not. You know, the board has came out and said we're not taking that many guys this year. We signed 2 top 5 classes the last 2 years since he's been here, but the recruiting that I'm seeing right now, it's just a drastic drop off. Now this is just one class, so I'm not going to get too worried, but hopefully this is not a continuous trend. Um, I do like, you know, I do trust the evals of our coaching staff and Coach DeBoer, um, especially Courtney Morgan. I mean, if y'all don't know in the chat that Courtney Morgan, he was at Michigan, and he literally, um, the guy Mason, what's his name? Mason Graham, I think it was. The D lineman that they had, and then a couple other guys, the D lineman that played against Alabama in the Rose Bowl. He recruited those guys up front. So all them monsters that destroyed Alabama's offensive line that year in the Rose Bowl, yes, he recruited those guys. So he has an eye for talent. He knows how to go out and get these guys that are maybe not be 5-star D lineman or 4-star D lineman, maybe 3-star, maybe 2-star, whatever. maybe 0-star. You know what I'm saying? So I trust Courtney Morgan. But Alabama is, I've heard that, that they're not spending a lot of money in this class. Alabama is not looking to spend any not near as much money as they spend the last two classes. I'll just say that. Alabama is just, they're getting guys. This class is just because they retain so much. Alabama has retained a lot of guys from this year and even last year too, right? They had brought back a pretty good percentage of guys on defense and offense. So I think they believe in what they're doing, when it comes to in recruiting and, retaining guys. I'm not liking like all the 3-star guys we're getting. I'm so used to, as a Bama fan, we're so used to getting, 5 stars, right? But yeah, it's a little different right now. But hey, it don't matter. I trust the development that the staff is going to do for the guys that we did pick up in this class. Now these guys that we're getting, like Tyler Younger, he's not going to play until like 2 or 3 more years probably. So he used to be a wide receiver. He was a wide receiver at first. Then he put on more weight, and then he he transitioned to edge. But I think NIL is really taking its toll on Bama right now. And I don't think Alabama can compete with like the big time NIL booster, these Texas millionaires and like that are donating to Texas, A&M, even a team like Miami. You see how they getting all these big time recruits and stuff, flipping them, and they spend a lot of money. And Alabama, they're not broke, but they're not going to spend their money like that. They're not going to go out here and spend $1 million on a wide receiver, or like, I don't know, 2 or 3 million, or even more than that on a quarterback. If you want to come to Alabama, you're gonna earn it, right? You're gonna earn your pay. So, NIL is not for what you're seeing. Coaches and players ask the way they're asking and stuff. It's not for that. Like, NIL is really being abused because it's for like, how Bryce Young was at Alabama and he got like the DoorDash NIL deal, like all this different kind of, companies and stuff that sponsor the player, right? Like Ryan Williams, he signed with Nike last year, I believe it was, or a year before last, whenever. That's what NIL is for. It's for name, image, and likeness. That's what it means. So is it being used that way? No, not in my opinion. It's not. Anybody that says the NIL is not being used in the right way is full of shit, because it's not. NIL is not being used for name, image, and likeness. It's being used by just, oh, hey, the kid come in like on a visit or whatever, or how much money you want, how much, what we got to give you to get you on the team, how much. Especially that's what they say to the top recruits. Think they don't behind closed doors? You're crazy. But that's just my opinion. That's what I believe is happening. And I don't think Alabama's for it. Even Georgia, I don't think Georgia's doing it either. I think Georgia, Kirby doing the same thing. Like you come to Georgia, you gonna earn everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I think even Ballard, I know you probably hear me over there, but I know you're on the phone. But the guy that come on here with you, Matthew, or what's his name? Matthew, or however you say his name, the Georgia fan, they be on here sometimes. He would probably even say the same thing. You know, Georgia's not out here spending big time money on these guys. Alabama and Georgia, they retain guys, and then they go out and get what they need in the transfer portal, right? They don't go out here and just look for guys to spend buku money on, and like, it's not a guarantee. The NIL is a hit or miss, right? I mean, the transfer portal is a hit or miss, right? So, you know, it's tough, man. You know, like, I mean, I really think NIL has ruined college sports in a way, but I like that these younger, you know, athletes, they get a chance to, you know, make really good money and, you know, take care of their family and stuff. I think it's great. I really do. I think it's really good. You know, they earn it. A lot of these kids out here earn that money. They put in the work. They put their body on the line each and every day, you know, when the season come around. So, I mean, I'm not fully against it, but I do think it has taken its toll on certain programs, like Alabama is one, you know. So I just don't think Alabama is going to ever spend the money that you see like Texas or Miami or, you know, even LSU. LSU has more money than Bama, right? In my opinion, LSU got a lot of money too. But Bama ain't broke. They're not gonna spend that type of money on one guy. Like, what's that guy that came from Colorado? The offensive lineman that doggone committed to Lane Kiffin and LSU on the first, like, soon as he
Hey, bro.
yeah.
Hey, something came up. I gotta end the show, man. Everything's good, but I got stuff to take care of. So, what you got me on Facebook or whatever, I think. So just like hit
I
me
don't
up
have
or
Facebook
Twitter. I
anymore,
think you got Twitter.
no, I don't have Facebook anymore. But you can definitely take my number down too, if you ever want to call and talk some ball. But
Okay.
I don't have
Yeah.
Facebook anymore, man. I just got rid of all that.
Okay.
But my number, you got a pen and piece of paper?
Sure.
All right, 601
Okay.
274
Okay.
2957. Yep, that's me. Yep.
You said 601-274 what?
2957.
Okay, I got you, man.
All right.
I do have to run though. Thank you.
We'll talk. All right. Be safe,
All right.
man. All right, bye.
All right, love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'm into the show.